If I had to choose just one type of silver to stack, what would it be? We're often faced with an endless number of options: bars, rounds, coins. You might be wondering, what exactly should I be stacking? I'm gonna break it down right now. Ahoy, mateys, and welcome to Booty Girl Stacking, where together we'll unearth the real treasures of silver and gold. If you're enjoying these videos and want even more booty in your treasure chest, smash that like button, share, and subscribe. Now, if you're looking to ascend the ranks of the Booty Girl Stacking crew, please consider joining my Patreon, where you'll gain access to exclusive Booty Girl Stacking content and special giveaways. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my Patreon members, as well as my correspondence crew. Your letters and support mean the world to me, and the Booty Girl Stacking crew would not be the same without you. So welcome aboard, mateys. I am excited to see where this ship sails. Recently, I picked up some new gold coins, as well as some new silver pieces. So if you'd like to see some stunning silver and gold, stick around to the end of the video. If I could only pick one type of silver to stack, what exactly would that be? I remember the first time walking into my LCS and just being elated at the amount of coins, bars, and rounds I was just seeing all around me in these cases. It was a really exciting feeling, but I definitely made a few mistakes as a new stacker. So if this video can help you avoid some of the mistakes I made, awesome. It's also good for us as seasoned stackers to revisit this every now and then. The spot price of silver is not fixed. Also, the secondary market and what we're seeing at our LCS changes from time to time. Now, today I'm going to be talking about different types of silver, but if you'd like to see me cover the types of gold that I prefer to stack, let me know down in the comments below and I'd be happy to make a video on that. So I want to talk about what I think is the best thing to be stacking in 2025. There are three types of bullion you can buy: coins, rounds, and bars. Coins include government minted bullion that have a face value assigned to them. Now, the face value of the coin is not going to reflect the silver contents value. This is 1 troy ounce of silver. The face value of this coin is only $5. Definitely don't want to go buy something for $5 using this silver coin when it's really closer to being worth about $39 an ounce. Those are coins. A round is something you could say is coin shaped, but it's not a coin. What's the difference between a coin and a round? So a coin is government minted and has a face value, but a round is not government minted and it does not have a face value. So you're basically just buying a round shaped piece of silver when you get a round. A bar is basically a rectangular shaped round. They're the same thing essentially. The only difference is usually bars are bigger, like they'll have more weight to them. They usually come in 5 ounces or 10 ounces. Now they'll go up even higher to like 100 ounces or a kilo. But in my honest opinion, you want to stay away from those. It gets a bit excessive when you get into that size. Today, we're going to specifically be talking about 5 ounce and 10 ounce bars. There are some kind of cool odd size bars, like you've got 1 ounce bars. I've got a few here. These are really cool Monarch metal 1 ounce bars. They even have some in 3 ounce sizes, which I think those are really neat. But just for simplicity's sake today, we're talking about 5 ounce and 10 ounce bars. All right, so what are the pros and cons of each type? Here are the pros and cons of a government minted coin. They tend to be a little more recognizable as money because they have a face value and they are minted by the government. They're very liquid. And generally, when you're selling them back to a local coin store, you're going to usually get spot. Now, if you're buying the coin of the realm, which is in our case, an American Silver Eagle, you'll usually get around $1 over spot back if you're selling at your local coin shop. Now, the cons to coins are that they are a higher premium over spot usually. When I say premium, I'm simply talking about the cost of making the coin. So you have the spot price, which is the value of the metal. And then you have the premium, which is the cost of making the coin. Usually you're going to pay between $4 and $10 over spot, depending on the coin. Here are the pros and cons of rounds. Rounds are also highly liquid. They also have lower premiums. For rounds, you're usually looking at between $2 and $4 premium over spot compared to the $7 premium over spot that I paid for American Silver Eagles a year ago. Granted, the premiums on ASEs has come down significantly, but I just want to give you kind of an example of, in hindsight, why I would prefer a round over a coin. I paid $37 for this ASE. At the time, the spot price was $30 an ounce. On the other hand, this cowboy round, I paid $31 for. So which do you think I'm getting a better return on? It's literally the same amount of silver. The only difference is one is minted by the United States government and the other is produced by a private mint. Now, when we're talking about bars essentially have the same utility and function as rounds. The only difference is the size. Bars are highly liquid. Bars have lower premiums. They're generally between $2 and $4 over spot, as long as you're not getting caught up into premium bars. If you're just sticking to the most generic, cheapest bars and rounds you can find, generally you're looking at very similar prices to rounds, and sometimes bars can be even cheaper. Some people prefer rounds because they're more fractional, the price of silver is going up, and people are buying less overall. So you might have more options for selling when it comes to rounds. That being said, I have never had a problem selling any of my bars. Essentially, they're kind of treated the same way by the LCSs that I've encountered. To sum it up though, my preference is bars and rounds. I think they're equally as important. Now, there is an exception to what I'm saying here, and that would be in the case of finding coins with cheap premiums. If I have a coin presented to me that costs $3 over spot, and I have a round that costs the same amount, I'm going to take the coin every single time. You get to buy a coin for the price of a round. I got this Kookaburra last year for $32 an ounce, which is insane. Around the same time, I picked up that cowboy round I was telling you about. So these cost almost the exact same price, but one was a highly sought after anniversary Kookaburra. For me, the name of the game is keeping the price of your premiums as low as possible. Congratulations if you waited till the end, because now I'm going to show off some of my gorgeous new gold and silver pieces. Check out this beautiful 2025 35th anniversary 1/10 ounce gold Kookaburra. I absolutely love this thing. It is so beautiful. I am a sucker for Kookaburras. I mean, I literally just showed you the 25th anniversary silver Kookaburra, and now I'm showing you the 35th anniversary gold Kookaburra. I've also got another kook, the 2024. This was actually the very first gold coin I ever bought. Love these Kookaburras. I love pretty much anything that comes from the Perth Mint. I also picked up more silver bars. These are 10 ounce silver bars, A mark, 3/9 fine, pure silver. They're not pretty. They're not something I'm necessarily sentimentally attached to, but in a pinch, if I had to sell or I needed to make a trade, boom, I've got silver in increments of 10 ounces ready to go. I got these for $2 over spot. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase. So there you have it. Those are my new gold and silver pieces. And that pretty much wraps up my personal stacking strategy. But what do you guys think? What are you prioritizing in your stack? Do you prefer all generic silver, Or are you more of an American Silver Eagle type person? Drop a comment down below and let's keep that dialogue going. For those of you who'd like to contribute to this channel in a greater capacity, please consider joining my Patreon. Or if you just want to send me a letter, send me some mail. And if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. I'm Booty Girl, and I'll see you guys in the next one.